She's basically telling him, look, you obviously live in a nice town because your next door neighbor is a doctor and you're saying you're in waste management. So she's telling him, look, I know you do things that are illegal, so just tread lightly with what you say to me.
We had coffee.
See, now he kind of switches up the story. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you know me, you know that I absolutely love The Sopranos. So today I thought it would be a great idea to break down one of the first scenes where Tony gets pretty violent. Today I'm going to break down what he probably would have been charged with if he had been arrested. If you're from New Jersey, you know exactly where this is. It's right by Garden State Mall.
Right there, next to the Boo Boo and Pigs.
Back up.
All right, here is reversing on a major road. Obviously that's illegal, but the least of his worries.
My friend Mahaffey, pulling his taffy. Hello. We saw this guy, and there was this issue of an outstanding loan.
Can I stop you for a second? I don't know where this story is going, but there are a few ethical ground rules we should quickly get out of the way.
There's something called privilege, where things that clients tell their doctors or their attorneys is privileged information where that attorney can't go and repeat it. But there's also something called the crime fraud exception in New Jersey. So essentially, if a client comes in and talks about something criminal that they intend to do in the future, there's no privilege in that. And the attorney is actually under a duty to report that. Or if that person wants advice and that attorney realizes they're trying to figure out how to commit a crime, that's also not covered. That also applies to medical health professionals as well.
What you tell me here falls under doctor-patient confidentiality.
Again, this also applies to attorneys.
If I was to hear, let's say, a murder was to take place, not that I'm saying it would, but if a patient comes to me
I love the way he's looking at her like,
and is going to get hurt, I'm supposed to go to the authorities. Technically.
I had a professor in law school that would always say, what does technically even mean? But here, she's telling him, like, tread lightly with what you're telling me. If you continue to tell me certain things where maybe somebody may get hurt, then I have to go and report that.
You said you were in waste management.
The environment.
Dr. Cusimano, besides being your family physician, is also your next-door neighbor. See what I'm saying? I don't know what happened with this fellow. I'm just saying.
She's basically telling him, look, you obviously live in a nice town because your next door neighbor is a doctor and you're saying you're in waste management. So she's telling him, look, I know you do things that are illegal, so just tread lightly with what you say to me.
Nothing. We had coffee.
See, now he kind of switches up the story. All right, so he kicks him first. I mean, that can be argued as self-defense because Moltisanti was trying to grab him, and to get away from him, he kicked him, so that would be self-defense.
Oh, shit.
I don't know when the seatbelt law came in effect in New Jersey, but if this were today, obviously he needs to wear a seatbelt if he's driving. Again, the least of his worries. I love the camera angles.
Tony! Wait up!
Obviously, he's driving up a sidewalk not intended for driving and full contact with the car. So this is something called assault by auto. So in New Jersey, assault by auto is defined as when a person drives a vehicle or vessel recklessly and causes serious bodily injury to another. He obviously drove his car directly into this gentleman's body. The damage actually doesn't make sense, but there's the headlight and the bottom light are cracked. That's the direct spot where he hit this person. If this happened in real life, he would have big problems. And obviously, the seriousness of the injury also matters when you know, the state brings these charges forward.
Fucking bone, you prick! Where's my fucking money?
So you had coffee.
So
Right.
It would be assault by auto, and then it'd also be aggravated assault because after he hit the car, he went up to him and started punching him in the face. Obviously, this is assault by auto, right? We talked about that. But let's say that he died as a result of him hitting him with the car. It wouldn't be manslaughter because he did it intentionally. So If we look at the definition of murder in New Jersey, somebody's guilty of murder in New Jersey if they purposely cause death or serious bodily injury resulting in death. So here, he chased him with the car, hit him with the car, caused very serious bodily injury. Now, if they take him to the hospital and let's just say he has a heart attack at the hospital because of the injury or something else happens because of the injury and he dies, without a doubt, Tony would be charged with murder.
What are you doing? Get over here!
That's
Get over here!
$3,000 here. $3,000.
Go ahead.
So that's a lot of witnesses. The cops show up, they're interviewing each and every single person that was there. Besides the fact that his license plate is still on the car, they'd be able to track them down based off the license plate.
Prick. I'm nothing. Shut up.
This guy obviously has some serious injuries.
You prick. Degenerate fucking gambler.
So obviously at the time that I watched Sopranos, I was, I think, in high school, so I wasn't an attorney. So I watched it, from a different vantage point. But now looking at it as an attorney, he's got some serious criminal charges besides the traffic offenses. Let's talk about what Tony would be facing if the state would charge him. The first thing would be the traffic offenses: no seatbelt, reversing into traffic, driving on an area not intended to be driven on, assault by auto for hitting the gentleman, aggravated assault for continuing to kick him and punch him. And by the way, Christopher Moltisanti would be charged with pretty much the same thing because they were there together. And the most serious would be murder. If the gentleman was taken to the hospital and dies later, Tony would be charged with murder. So I really love breaking this down from the perspective of an attorney. If there's any other scene that you guys want to see from whether it's a movie or a TV show that you'd like for me to break down, comment down below and I'll definitely take a look at it. And as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and catch me on the next video.